this month's stamping video, we have two stamp sets, and they are from the Traveler's Notebook kit and the Modern Memory Keeping kit. So the Modern Memory Keeping kit is this one with the slide. The Traveler's Notebook kit is this one that says the Winter 2024. These are my samples. I apologize, I do not have the actuals yet. Trying to get these done before the holidays, and we don't have everything in right away, so I'm using my samples. One thing I did want to mention that I'm really excited about is starting with our January kits, all of our stamp sets will come in their own storage sleeve. So no more trying to figure out a system on how to store them or what to do with them. You get a storage sleeve with every stamp set. So makes it really nice and easy. Very convenient too. So I'm happy that we can do that starting now this year. We'll include that with our stamp sets. So let's take a start. Let's start with this stamp set from the Traveler's Notebook kit. And last month I did I actually stamped and showed you some ideas. Again, with the holidays and wanting to spend some time, Zach was home, so super happy about that. That takes a lot of editing, a lot of time for me to do, so we're kind of reverting back to the way I had done it before. As time allows, then hopefully next month I can go back to showing you and stamping in the video, because I like to do that as well. But this time, I'm just going to walk you through what I did and talk about it a little bit, like what we've done before. So the 2024 and then the Memories, Favorites, Captured, and January all fit within this space between the 2024. So you can see where I did that. I did different ones in there. So it makes it really easy to layer those. And then you can add all of the other items with it. So like this one here, you can see I did the little stars, I did the little sparkles, and then I did the moon with the gems and that here. I also added the winter on each side of it. And I actually added the little stars behind it and then layered the winter next to it. So this makes a really nice block if you wanted to use that for a title next to some journaling. That would be really, really pretty. Oh, you know what? I need to tell you what colors I used. I didn't do that. So let me show you all of the colors. So I have pale plum, I have plum, and I have sugar plum. I did coastal, navy. I used the pink fresh, sky blue, and then the lake house. So those, and then of course my VersaFine black. So those are the colors that I used this month. Those are I set them there and then I forget to do them. And then the winter, so here you can see I did even more layering again. I did the winter in the nice light blue, added the little sparkles, and then the 2024 with favorites. So if you had a more vertical space, you could do that, which would be pretty. And then a couple more spots where I used winter. I did winter with the stars, with the arrow, and then the little memories underneath. This one, there's actually enough room between the letters if you wanted to layer some of the words. So I just did winter and then I put favorites in there twice in the lighter plum and then added the moon. This one I did the moon. I added the arrow and then I did the January memories, made that cute little cluster. This one I think is one of my favorites. So it has the stars with the moon and then just the tiny little January. I like that one. Sometimes the simple ones are my favorites. And then time to start fresh with the stars. I did it with the moon there as well. Here I layered it with the 2024 in the January and the sparkles. And then here I layered it with the arrow. Now this one I actually ran the arrow through the middle without a word and then just added the sparkles on each side. So a lot of ways that you can layer these. It's really, really fun, especially because it has that 2024 in it and that you can add those other words and you can use that 2024 all year long. I love that. Then moving on to this one, and this one, as I said, is part of the Modern Memory Keeping kit. And part of the reason we did the slide is because in the Modern Memory Keeping kit, we have in the chipboard, we have the slide pieces of chipboard as well as some of the die cuts. So it's a great way to layer all of those pieces together. If you wanted to create a border along the bottom of a layout, that would be really, really fun as well. So you can see where I stamped it here a couple of times, depending on what you want to layer and how you want to layer. I have just the simple flower. And we added the antisocial in there just because January, some of the quotes and the feel of it is kind of this introspective, kind of introvert kind of a feel, just kind of where you want to hunker down at home and read a book and just kind of take some time. And so we don't mean antisocial in a bad way. We mean it in kind of a take some time to just relax and do your own thing kind of way. So we have that there. We have Seasons of New Beginnings. I did just the snowflake. This one is so pretty, that floral, and you could lay it across there, and then I did the January. Here I did it with the Season of New Beginnings and the January together. You can stamp it, turn it, and stamp it again and actually make a full wreath, which is what I did here, and then the January with the snowflake. This one I did kind of the same idea, but I just did one on the side with the January and then added some more snowflakes in there. Of course, the snowflake and the little sparkle, you could add those together and do an entire background that way. Or if you did them in the lighter color, like this blue or the really, really pale plum, you could do that on a background and actually lay your journaling over top. That would be really pretty. Here we have just the antisocial with the snowflake or the flower. I have the January with the flower through the middle or next to, and then with a couple of the little sparkles. This one's just the January with the sparkle. I think that's pretty as well. And then that one with the snowflake. Then here I layered a couple more. I did with the flower and then the Season of New Beginnings. And then I did that Season of New Beginnings with that kind of half wreath almost on the slide. And another fun thing you can do with this floral, and I did kind of an ombre effect with all of the colors, is just stamping that flower, kind of just moving it a little bit each time in a circular motion. I think I did about 2 or 3 of each color and created that. And then if you put like a glitter dot in the middle, or even some other little, you could stamp the snowflake on a piece of paper, cut it out and put it in the middle, would be really pretty as well. So it's a fun way to use that to create a bigger piece. You could do the same thing, the Seasons of New Beginning. You could turn that and stamp it and make it a circle as well, just like we did and made the wreath. So a lot of options with that stamp set as well. Make sure you check out our memory keeping tutorials. Those should be, if they're not up yet, they will be up soon, where I give you some more ideas on how to use the contents of those 2 kits along with the stamp sets. Just kind of jump off point, give you some inspiration. So make sure you check out those videos as well. And make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share Cocoa Daisy. We love that. And let everybody know and check it out. Leave a comment. I love it when you leave a comment, and I will reply back as soon as I can.